charts. Good morning, YouTube peoples and the BB community. YouTube, you're going to get about 15 minutes here of market conversation and action, but then if you want to hear the rest, see the rest, and even more so, get our discussion as Jolts and Fed Pal coming out. We'll be streaming the Fed Pal here as well. You'll have to check out the description below and come over to the community in the Discord. We're rocking and rolling and going live there. Discussion all day and most of the night long about market action, market technicals, market fundamentals, and what everyone is seeing within the market, and then constructing a thorough thesis on how to act upon those things. Alrighty, Fed Chair Powell testimony at 10 o'clock, Jolts 10 o'clock as well. After that, we got wonderful oil coming through. Then we got Beige Book, Kishkari. It's going to be an interesting day, to say the least. Salsa reports earlier as well. If you're trading palm oil or doing anything that would affect the biodiesel space, there is apparently now a global shortage on palm oil. You may go, why do I care about that? It's actually used as a base in a lot of your standard lubricants, but also your cooking oils across the world. A lot of that is based off of palm oil and a palm oil blend on there. So with a global shortage on that, we'll see prices rise, thus having that leach down into the rest of the industries that utilize that product. So keep an eye on that. Also keeping a close eye on dry rice as well. With that coming through, we're getting to a seasonal change here. And then I'll be showing you guys corn, wheat, and that trade as well. We still got just a little bit longer for that comes through. Gold trade's out of the book now, and we're into standard equities, futures markets. But as the world thaws out from the winter season here, we'll actually start to see a little, typically we tend to see a little bit of rise in nat gas. We'll see corn prices typically tend to get a little bit more of a rise here as we start to go to a higher ethanol blend in the fuels, and just keeping a close eye on that. So I'm going to be bringing out my commodities trades for Q2 on this. I will bring those out tomorrow on the afternoon stream. So I'll be going through a full commodities book on that, 24 different products, and how those are affected through the seasonal side of things, and then also the charts and supporting data on that. So for those that are running a commodity side of futures, or you're wanting something to hedge your portfolio, or trading an ETF, that if you're more on the equity side of things, trading an ETF that's linked to that, that'd be for tomorrow's discussion. So keep that in mind. Alrighty, so yesterday, as we were discussing the tail end of the market there, I discussed that I was looking for exhaustion in price. We can see right to my yellow line there, which that price was based off of right back here, this liquidity grab, and then right back here where it had that struggle zone. We sold off nicely to this area, made our way back up. We got the chop that I was looking for here, scaled up one more time right in here, and now we have almost essentially completed this buy model right in here. So this cycle of the market is, for my intensive purposes, this particular cycle of the market from right here, this was all one cycle in that. So now I'm looking for the next trade to come in. But that begs the question, what is the next trade? Well, let's go ahead. We're going to clear everything off of here, get a good fresh start for the day. We're going to hop up to our 1 day time frame here. We're going to go ahead and mark a few different things out. Oh, where's my tool? Where is my tool? There it is, horizontal rate tool. All right. Bring ourselves down. We can see, and I've talked about this several times, is that this 21 has been acting as a very, very, very strong supporting system on this. So that 21, we tagged that 21 yesterday. Now coming into our price action for today, looking for an inside day here. So mark out previous high, previous low, and bring ourselves in. And again, for educational purposes, PD high. Make sure to annotate your charts. I need to bring this all the way back. That needs to be... Oh, why is that at the bottom? All right, well, PD high for the top. And this is PD low. So PDL, PDL. There we go. All right, previous day's high, previous day's low. Bringing ourselves in, we want to keep an eye on the active sessions through here with our previous day high, previous day low. How are we acting during the London session? What was our high and low of the London session here? We had nice movement here during our active moves. And we had right down here. Okay, awesome. So, London high. Wow, that keeps wanting to go down to the low for me. All right, London low. London high. Now, why does this matter for those unaware of that? London high, London low, that's the most active session during the non-US market there. So as you see, that's just like marking the previous day high and low for the New York session, but you're just doing it for the London session. Because of how much flow we have through those markets, those are very relevant areas, especially in the futures market. And with your futures being your full basket of your equities, if you know where these stringent parts are for the futures market, then you're going to be able to make some ebbs and flows from your equities trades as well. Your Apples, your Microsofts, your X Steels, your CSXs, etc. on there, your Chevrons. So, and Target still looking good on there. I like how Target worked out. So good trade on that. All right, bringing ourselves down to the 5-minute on this. We have a inside candle. Okay, so this is from our midnight. This is our inside candle here. Previous day movement in there. So previous day high, previous day low, inside candle. Let's go ahead, get things marked out for our 50% trending. Where's my parallel channel? There we go. So from our high, to our low, there we go. That way we know if we are getting above or below this inside bar. Okay, that's why we do that. We want to know that inside bar. Now you can also quarter this up. There are some people that do that. I just visually look at it. That's just how I like to work with things. If it is a day to where I need to be ultra precise, then yes, I will absolutely go in and quarter things out as it needs to be. But we can pretty much tell that, okay, right here, that is where we're going to have some contingency as we're coming up. So one could take this and draw yourself a box from your high zone over to your low zone and then bring it out. And that's your price action box as we come through. And then 50% of that is where you should expect a full acceleration or not on there. Okay, but you can just see that level there. We're going to keep my chart clean. We're going to peel that baby off. Okay, so we do have Powell testimony coming through. He already has prepared remarks out on there. Basic statements are standard of, hey, we are expecting to see appropriate reason to cut rates later on this year. Love the fact he's like, oh yeah, it's still data dependent. Of course it's data dependent. Everything the Fed does is data dependent, but that's what happens when you run a private business. So with that being the case, we want to see more of the commentary from the other Fed members to also say, hey, yeah, we're getting ready for a rate cut. But to what extent? Are we going to do quarter points, half points? The fact of doing... Saw someone the other day, they said, yeah, they're going to do a full 1.5 on the first cut. And I was like, really? Like, how? You must not understand how a lot of this works, but is what it is. Yeah, if they did a full 1.5 on the first, at best case scenario, I can see half a point on their best case scenario would be half a point. More so realistically going to be a quarter point on there when they get ready to announce the waterfall of that. So, and expecting that to be realistically midsummer on there is what I'm expecting to start to hear some full commentary on there. So we'll see. Alrighty, as far as our levels for what we should expect for the morning here, nice little continuous trend to the upside here. We've had a nice little breakout structure here. Looks great. They've almost completed that cycle. Again, to complete that cycle in totality would be the high of that candle right there. That would be the completion of that cycle, but they're already 80% of the way there. So being a new day, new volume, and the news coming out, I'm not going to be surprised if we get a little bit of a pull down on here. Again, first, they're going to see this run from the evening section here. I would not be surprised to see a nice little gap up there on the SPY. They'll try to ring in that gap, okay? They're going to try and ring in that gap, and then we'll see some movement up. To give you an idea what that gap looks like, we can see nice movement right through here on that gapping structure. So, and then right now current price is actually up here. So when we had the close and now the open about to come through, you can see the differences. So let me, for those that do not see it, I'm going to mark it out for you. So that white line is RTH. We go to ETH. Where'd my line go? Right there. So this is the gap up that we have from here to here, from close to open. So they're going to try and fill a bit of this, and then we'll see that nice little move in. So I'm looking for a gap fill on this. So awesome. Alrighty, real quick, AAPL. We can see here on AAPL, gap down, movement throughout the day. Now we're looking for that next move up. You do have a shoulder, head, and shoulder coming through. We're going to see that gap up in price right through here, and then looking for a continuation move once we get that a little bit of imbalance filled out there. I'll be looking for that next continuation move there. All right, Microsoft, MSFT. Microsoft setting up. Nice move to the low side. Needs to fill this top right in here. Keep an eye on those lows at the 404.50 right here. Looking for that move up to that 404.50. We'll have a little bit of a struggle bus at that area, and then looking for them to continue to push their way northward. All right, we got about 30 seconds here until the bell, and then here I'll go ahead and bring up Bookmap. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. If you want to see the rest of the discussion and what we've got going on and how the market plays out here, make sure to hop in that description below. Come hang out with us in the Bullish Bears chat, and come check out the live stream there as well. As always, remember, your trades are in the history, and I'll see you around, YouTube.